Hi friend, this is Sarthak Dev and today I have a special topic to discuss which is about William Wordsworth. So let's discuss. William Wordsworth, the founder and leader of Romantic poetry in English, was born in 1770 in the Lake District of England. His parents died when he was still a child. He used to watch and enjoy the beauty of the nature, the sounds, the sights of nature since early childhood. He developed passion and love for nature since his childhood. When he became young, he developed intimate companionship with his sister Dorothy and St. Coleridge. Dorothy always encouraged him and fostered his genius. Coleridge used to discuss the genesis, theme, and nature of genuine poetry with him during their long walks in the lap of nature. Wordsworth also visited France and was influenced by the ideas and ideals of French Revolution. Wordsworth and Coleridge together planned a new kind of poetry which was quite different from the poetry of the preceding years. They reached a consensus that poetry should record the simple joys and sorrows of life in the language used by the common people. वो इस सहमति पर पहुंची कि पोइट्री जो होना चाहिए वो ऐसा होना चाहिए कि लोगों को समझ में आए, साधारण पीपल को समझ में आए, ऐसा पोएट्री होना चाहिए. Wordsworth decided to write poems on nature and natural feeling of simple people with a coloring of imagination to lend them the instant beauty. Supernatural aspects of nature and life suited the genius of Coleridge. सुपरनेचुरल एस्पेक्ट्स जो होते हैं ये कॉलेडिस के जीनियस को शूट करता था. दे रिकलेक्टेड these poems and published them under the lyrical ballad. It means that they collected these poems and published them under the title The Lyrical Ballads in 1798. 1798 में उसका आया था The Lyrical Ballad. The publication of the Lyrical Ballads with an introduction by William Wordsworth is a landmark and beginning of romantic age in English poetry. And now I am going to discuss about Wordsworth theory of poetry. Wordsworth का क्या theory था poetry पर? Wordsworth was of the opinion that nature is the true source of our inspiration, energy and strength. यानी कि वर्ड्सवर्थ का ये विचार था पोइट्री पर कि नेचर जो है, नेचर इज द ट्रू सोर्स ऑफ आवर इंस्पिरेशन, यानी कि प्रेरणा, एनर्जी एंड स्ट्रेंथ। इसका क्या है कि नेचर जो है इसका ट्रू सोर्स है, सच्चा साधन है ऑफ लाइफ, जीवन का। ही वॉज ऑफ द व्यू दैट, उसका विचार ये भी था कि नेचर इज फुल ऑफ मीनिंग एंड वैल्यूएबल लेसन टू मेक आवर लाइफ मीनिंगफुल एंड हैप्पी। ही वॉज ऑफ द ओपिनियन दैट, उसका विचार ये भी था कि द ट्रीज, प्लांट्स, fruits, flowers, birds, and the earth and the sky can teach us more than all the thinkers and sages of the world. Man has snapped his link with nature. उसका कहना है कि लोगों ने नेचर से, प्रकृति से अपना रिश्ता तोड़ दिया है, which is the source of his life, जो उसका लाइफ का सोर्स है। He has become materialistic, और इंसान जो है वो भौतिकवादी बन चुका है। As such, man has made his life miserable, और इस तरीके से आदमी जो है अपना जीवन जो है वो दयनीय बना चुका है, दयनीय कर लिया। He says that the heart of man is full of emotions. उसका कहना है कि जो हार्ट है इंसान का वो इमोशन से भरा होता है, and those emotions recollected in tranquility are the source of poetry. वो जो इमोशन शांत क्षण में पुनः याद किया जाता है, यानी कि रिकलेक्टेड इन ट्रैंक्विलिटी, वही जो है पोइट्री का सोर्स होता है, आर द सोर्स ऑफ पोइट्री। टू हिम पोइट्री इज स्पॉन्टेनियस ओवरफ्लो ऑफ पावरफुल फीलिंग रिकलेक्टेड इन ट्रैंक्विलिटी। उसके अनुसार पोइट्री जो है वो स्पॉन्टेनियस, यानी कि जो अपने आप, जो बिना बिना किसी मेहनत के होता है, जो अपने आप होता है, A spontaneous overflow of powerful feeling recollected in tranquility, जो शांत क्षण में पुनः याद किया जाता। He was of the opinion that, उसका विचार यह भी था, the language of the common people should be the language of poetry. जो कॉमन पीपल का लैंग्वेज होता है, ताकि कॉमन पीपल को समझ में आए, वही पोइट्री का लैंग्वेज होना चाहिए। Now, stage of development as a poet. Wordsworth wrote some poems when he was still a student. In these poems, he has described the external beauty of nature and joy in her company. The second stage in his poetry comes when he moves from the sensuous to the intellectual aspect of nature. In the third stage, the poetry of Wordsworth becomes philosophical and mystical. He has traced the development of his mind as a poet in his famous poems. उसका जो फेमस पोएम है, द प्रील्यूड एंड टिम्टन अवे. He says that his early years he had sensuous animal passion for nature. Then nature had a moral influence on him. Finally, he developed a mystical communion with nature. He felt that there is a pervading power which transcends all the visible objects of nature. Transcends मतलब जो जुड़ा हुआ नहीं है, pervading मतलब व्याख्यात. Now, I'm going to discuss his achievement as a poet. Poet के रूप में उसका क्या achievement था. क्या अचीवमेंट है? Wordsworth believed in inspiration, and his best poems were written between 1798 and 1808. This is the golden period of his career as a poet. During his period, he wrote beautiful Lucy poems and short and simple poems like The Solitary Reaper, The Daffodils, The Education of Nature, etc. The Solitary Reaper, The Daffodils, The Education of Nature, etc. These poems are glorious records of how simple and humble aspect of life lived in nature can be transmuted into simple yet great poetry. On the other hand, दूसरी तरफ, he wrote some long narrative poems like The Prelude and The Tempton Away and The Great Immortality Ode. यानी कि उसका लॉन्ग पोएम जो है वो द प्रील्यूड एंड द टिम्टन अवे उसका फेमस पोएम्स में से, which are philosophical and mystical in nature. Then his poetic powers began to decline when he wrote a large number of poems which are dull and prosaic. Prosaic मतलब charmless, कोई charm नहीं है उसमें. But the real Wordsworth lives in the heart of his readers. Even today, for his simple but deeply powerful poems recording his simple and homely joys and sorrows of life and his love of nature, he is read with the same interest and love. Some of his sonnets also are genuine expression of his attitude to nature and his life. Really, Wordsworth is immortal like the birds, trees, rivers, and mountains, which continue to inspire us from generation to generation. His poetry constitutes the climax and glory of English poetry. इतना ही कहकर अपनी बात को समाप्त करता हूँ और आखिरी चीज़, अगर आपको अच्छा लगा तो like my channel, subscribe and do share. Thank you very much for listening my audio. Thank you.